I just want to speak. I think yesterday, maybe not yesterday, but certainly last couple of games, we saw the slight decline of Alan McGregor. And personally, I think this will be the last season. I've seen his link with Xander Clark, who I think is a good, fine keeper. But is Xander Clark a much better option than John McLaughlin, who's already there? I don't know about the Rangers goalkeeping position. I think McLaughlin's a good enough number one to take over. Don't know what you think.
Good question, Barry. First of all, are we seeing a slight decline in your great friend?
I just think it's highlighted with the mistakes he made up at Ross County. Now I can count in one hand how many mistakes Griggs made over the years. Look, he's not getting any younger, I know that. He's 40, but he's still in good condition. After the mistakes, you seen what type of character he is. You've seen the performance he had against Celtic.
Because it would have been 6-0.
Yep, it could have been 6 or 7
yep.
without Alan McGregor. Look, he's not getting any younger, but I still think he's a top keeper. And listen, it'll be up to Alan. He has had injuries in the past. He had a back problem 3 or 4 years ago. I know that's the reason why he stopped playing international football. But if he feels he's up for it, he'll continue for another season. Look, John McLaughlin, I think he's a really good backup keeper. I really like him. Xander Clark's another goalkeeper who, for me, St Johnstone have had a poor season, but Xander's still performing at a high level. But for me, Alan McGregor, I would like to see him stay, but listen, he's old enough to make his own mind up, and it'll be interesting to see what he does. But I still think there's football left in Alan McGregor.
Scott, what would you say? You're Rangers daft. You've loved Alan McGregor, I know it. Is Barry convincing you?
I think it was more. Personally, I've got the unpopular opinion. I think he could have done better with second goal at Celtic Park. I don't like a keeper can you beat his near post, and obviously him drop the ball against Ross County. Obviously, as Barry said, you can count in one hand the mistakes McGregor's made. But the fact, I think he's made 2 mistakes. He's made a handful of mistakes in the last 2 or 3 games. I think that's what I see about the decline, and the fact that at the start of the season, Gerrard was swapping McLaughlin and McGregor about. That also showed to me that I thought McGregor, this will be his McGregor's last season. So Gio hasn't done that as much.
Mark, you were a keeper. What do you observe?
Well, I think first of all it'll be up to Alan McGregor. If Alan McGregor wants to play on Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and Rangers, we'll give him a contract. Scott, there's absolutely no doubt about that, and he'll deserve it. Obviously at Ross County, he had a couple of shockers. You know, he won't argue with that. He'll know it himself. On Wednesday night at Celtic Park, I take your point about the second goal. It was a brilliant finish from Hatate. But yes, I think Alan McGregor, when he reflects on that, I don't see he'd be blamed. It wasn't a shocker, but I think he would be disappointed with himself, such are his high standards. I hope he plays on for at least another year. I think it's, I don't know, but I think it's probably 50-50 what he'll decide to do at this moment in time. But one thing you'll need to prepare yourself for, Scott, is if he does go and calls it a day and retires, just like I mentioned 4 or 5 minutes ago about Kieran Tierney, you won't be replacing like with like. The standards that Alan McGregor has set over a number of years and continues to set, you're not going to get an upgrade in Alan McGregor. With the greatest respect to whoever fills the jersey, you will not be getting an upgrade in Alan McGregor. So you need to be prepared for that. And yes, John McLaughlin's very good. I like John McLaughlin. Xander Clark would be more than able to go and play for Rangers, absolutely. But if you're asking me right now, I think Alan McGregor will go one more year. I think he'll go one more year. Is
Robbie McCrory still in the equation for Rangers, or is the fact that John McLaughlin got a new contract last week, is that a sign that
he's one for the future? Robbie, probably the best thing for Robbie is to go out and play again somewhere else. But listen, see if Alan McGregor doesn't think he can do the rigours of training every day. He's got such high demands. He'll make the call. If he doesn't think he'll be able to play at the levels that he expects from himself, he won't do it. But for me, I still think he's got so much quality. And Mark, you're bang on what you say. If he does decide to hang his gloves up, then what a big job it is to replace him. Look, John McLaughlin, good keeper. Xander Clark, good keeper. Alan McGregor, top class goalkeeper. You're talking up there with the best.
He's the best since Andy Gorham, isn't he? So he's once in a generation. It's a long time.
You're not. You're just not going to get. You're not going to get better. than Alan McGregor. That's the bottom line. You know, Rangers
And
not
I
be able to
bought-
get the money to get better.
And I think as well, he trains the way he plays. See, as a teammate, he's a winner. He's somebody you want in the trenches with you as well. I can imagine. I know what he's like in a dressing room because I've been in the dressing room with him quite a number of times. I can imagine what it was like on Wednesday night. A few home truths. He would have been. He'd be one of the ones that would have been saying some things, but he's got such high standards and high demands. I hope he does play on. I still think he's got a bit of playing time left.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.